Oh yeah, it's monster hunting time. Monster Hunter Wilds. Oh my god. Yeah, what's going on, guys? It's Crow. Monster Hunter Wilds, as the name suggests, is pretty wild. Now hold on, hear me out. The game is about hunting large monsters and protecting the ecosystem. That's pretty fire. The story goes you are tasked with helping return a lost kid back to his village who was attacked by a monster. I'm not going to get into the specifics yet. But along the way, you meet new allies, villages, and areas. Now, hold up. We all know Monster Hunter is not known for its revolutionary stories, but the lore on this monster is fucking fire. And it's safe to say this one has a pretty interesting flagship monster. Just a light warning, there's going to be minor spoilers up ahead. So if you want to click out or if you want to skip to this part to see what I rate the game, you can. You are absolutely entitled to. Anyways, enjoy. Starting off with part one, we are going to talk about the customization, because in this game you can do all sorts of bullshit, man. You can make your character look fucking weird. You can make your character look handsome. You can make your character look stupid. You can do whatever the fuck your mind puts itself to. Honestly, the first time I played it and I was making my character, I did not expect my character to sound like a fucking girl. It's Pablo and Pablo against the girl.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do this.
What? I made my character sound gay! And that's the best part about it. You can do whatever you want with it. So if you want, you can make yourself look like Kratos, man. I mean, I don't know if you want to be Kratos fucking hunting large ass monsters, but by all means, you could do that, right? That's probably the coolest shit. Or if you want to make a fucking anime character, you could. There's a katana in here for a reason, and all the dweebs use it, so trust me. There are a lot of things you could do with this. But that is going to wrap it up for the character customization. You could do a lot, you could do a little. It's all up to your creative mind and what you want to do and your desires. However, obviously, that's not the game. We're not playing fucking My Little Dress Up Pony here. We are playing Monster Hunter, bro. We want to hunt monsters. So that's why I'm going to bring us into the next section of this video.
You're okay now.
With Monster Hunter Wilds, a few gameplay changes did come. And that brings me into the next point of this video. The gameplay. The gameplay in this game is very fluid, and it's honestly probably the most fun I've ever had in a monster hunt. There is so much in the gameplay that you could do, such as swapping your weapons mid-combat, hitting these wounded parts which do a awesome attack, which by the way does a huge chunk of health to the monster and gives you monster parts. Not only that, they also still have the 14 weapons, which is good, but because of the wounded parts, you could say that they have an extra skill to them, and each has its own individual skill to them, and they are fucking awesome. Makes you feel like a freaking anime character, man. They also added these mounts called Sacreds, which are kind of like the dogs from Rise, but instead of attacking and helping you fight, they just guide you to your destination. You know, you could put a marker on the map and it'll take you there, which is really good because it speeds up a lot of the processes in Monster Hunter Wilds, which I really adore because I have the attention span of a goldfish. So this is big news. You know, if you need to hunt the monster quick, it'll take you to the monster quick. Like, just don't even worry. You could also sharpen your weapon on it. You could also eat or heal on it and attack on it, surprisingly. But I mean, the attacks aren't really all that, you know? And that's where some of the good starts turning bad. The wound parts is an amazing feature. I love it. It's a cool concept, but the way they implemented it, it feels like a crutch, because when you are attacking, you just stagger the monster, right? You hit that wound part and it just staggers. It doesn't even fight back for a good couple seconds, letting you get extra hits in. And I get that's the purpose, and it would work if it wasn't for the fact that they give you a trillion fucking parts to hit every fucking second. Like, there's so much they could have done to prevent this, such as letting the monster fight back or something or retaliate. No, but it just lets itself. Like, dude, I'm monster hunting, bro, not monster fight. But of course, what is a Monster Hunter game without the... And of course, what's a Monster Hunter game without a bug's life? 2. Anyways, the monsters in this game are very fulfilling. I have to say though, The difficulty is not all there with these monsters, and that could be a good thing and a bad thing depending on what kind of player you are. If you just so happen to be a thrill seeker, aka a veteran in monster hunting, you know, an expert, Mr. fucking Jamboli over here, you will have a boring time if you don't like hunting fast and being fucking overpowered as shit. However, if you are a new player and have no idea what the fuck a monster hunter even is, you will actually find yourself enjoying the game. I have a friend who did not like World at all, even though World is probably the fucking second easiest game ever, unless you're fighting Fatalis, of course. And he liked it. It's fun, right? My point is that it's a little easy, which is why it's a little easier to get into the game if you have no idea. And that's why I say to the veterans, if you played the series and you like the difficulty, you're going to be a little bit disappointed when you find out that you're raping that fucking Rathalos with no armor. However, that doesn't mean that the new monsters are not fun. That doesn't mean that the monsters in this game in general are not fun. They are fun to fight. And of course, they will fuck you up if you have no idea what you're doing. Now, they introduced these new monster variants called Guardians. It ties into the story a little bit, but it's like basically they have no dick and pussy. Yeah, that's what it means. I lied. They were actually man-made by a civilization to serve humanity. However, they're starting to turn on humanity and trying to serve their own purpose. And of course, the flagship monster, I'm not really going to say his name or get into his specifics that much, but he was tired of basically serving these people, so he kind of went and found his own purpose. That's pretty fucking cool if you ask me. And I just want to ask, who at fucking Capcom said this motherfucker right here is allowed to be in this game? Because what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Bro,
This man burps fart.
Oh, he's throwing shit now? Bro, he's burping shit. That's fucking disgusting. Bro. What is bro doing? Now, the last thing I'm going to touch on is the environment and performance. The environment is beautiful. I have to say, the game is pretty breathtaking. If your RTX 4000 trillion bazillion can run it well, man. I have an RTX 4070 Ti Super. I should be able to run this game no problem at 2K. Guess what? I have problems running it at 2K, non-frame gen. Capcom, why did you guys ship a game like this? Don't get me wrong, everything else about the game is perfectly fine. But specifically the performance, God, it is awful, man. I just wish it took a little bit of time optimizing since they knew people in the beta had problems. But they thought, hey, we'll just ship it and fix it later. Which is fine. I know they'll probably get to it eventually. Eventually, right? However, I do have to say the game looks breathtaking. The environment is pretty cool, and I would say if the game just incentivized you to explore the environment, people would pay more attention to it. But because you could just go and fight a monster, I feel like nobody cares about the environment. Even though it is pretty cool, I try and explore. I found many areas that are pretty secret and not on the map, but you have to go on your own to find it. And it was pretty cool, you know. Obviously, the side quests kind of push you to explore and look for a giant vigor wasp or look for a fish or, you know, all that bullshit. But it's like the environment doesn't really tie in the monster, if that makes any sense. Because in World, you had to investigate and find its tracks. In this game, it kind of just throws the monsters at you like if it was feeding a lost puppy. Which is extremely good if you're a person who does not like tedious, like complex stuff and just like basic, get straight to the point. All in all though, the environment is very fun to explore and it's very breathtaking to look at. If, like I said, you have a really good computer. If not, just play the game, bro. In my humble opinion, I do believe Monster Hunter Wilds is a big step up and a small step down from Worlds. However, I do have to give this game an 8.5 out of 10 just because it is very fun to play. If you like hunting monsters, this game is for you. If you like difficulty, this game is not for you. Anyways, this has been Crow. Thank you for sticking by. And if you just skip to the end, all good. I appreciate you for even clicking on the video. You guys have an amazing one. Until next time, it was Crow.